risky behavior.
There was a sister in here a little earlier. I think her name was Lexi. She pointed out something and it kind of went over everybody's head. Everybody started doing the macho man thing, where she explained that there are people who are toxic, right? There are people who are toxic who shouldn't be in their children's lives, right? So in that case, in those scenarios, and we know plenty of people like that, right? Male and female, that are toxic and are destroying their children. And if and when they determine, man, that they are having an adverse effect on their children's mental health, they should seek help. They should get out of their child's life. Whatever is the easiest way. They shouldn't be there, right? That's one thing, and you don't necessarily have to abandon them. You don't have, so abandonment and not loving is not necessarily the same thing. Stepping out of the child's life because you need to fix yourself so that you can come back if ever, that's a good thing. That's not a negative thing. But I noticed that we kind of doing this this like macho thing. And another thing, man, is that if you're in a relationship with a person and they're parenting against you, right? And they have all of the power, they hold all of the cards. And every time you come around, because there was a situation, man, on in Yellow Vincent where a man was a woman uh, claimed that the father raped the children, and he didn't. Right? It came out later when they were much older. But he stepped away from those children, man, because the mother had a mental health issue and she was parenting against him. And as long as he was going to be around, she was going to poison them children. Right? So he stepped away and later on he came back, and that's the whole story. So there's a lot of nuances. There's not just one way. And a lot of this, to me, it sounds like people who don't really have children. Like it sounds like people who are maybe their children are young, or people who don't really have experiences with the opposite sex, or maybe haven't seen these horror stories that people actually have to go through. A lot of it sounds kind of immature to me, personally. I land.
Man, just because you got a horror story don't mean you just give up fighting. I mean, look, hey, check this out, brother. Every brother ain't a warrior. You know, just because you got a dick don't mean you lit. You know what I'm saying? Average dude ain't got it in them. It's rather in you or on you, and you can't wear it. You gotta change clothes every day. So you know, hey, if you're a brother that ain't got the capacity and bandwidth to stand on manhood and lead yourself to his fatherhood, hey, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? But stay out of manhood conversations and talking about fathership because this shit different over here. It's some brothers know how to get it done. No matter how hard the fight is. It's brothers right now all over the country that's busting their ass to have access to their children every fucking day, no matter who's against them. And they children see that shit. So no. Fuck
So
that
what?
running away
So what
shit.
if
You a
you the
weak.
you overshot the toxic part, right? What if you toxic?
Bro,
What if you a crackhead? What if
Yeah,
you a
yeah,
drug
god
addict?
yeah, yeah.
damn,
But
bro.
we didn't argue with that.
What?
We can't hear you, Vern. You in a matrix. But yeah, we not arguing with that, Merc.
Juliet, did you
I
have some
am.
ladies who wanted to speak to it after Vern? Well, ladies, it's open to you if you want to speak to it. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike, can I get put back in the queue too?
Say, I'm
Vern,
tired of
Vern, you
hearing
cutting
y'all
up,
with
bro.
this eugenics shit. Talking about,
You cutting up, bro.
nah, bro, y'all be
We
where,
can't
the,
hear you,
where the
bro.
ladies at?
We can't hear you, bro. You cutting up.
Yeah, we can't hear you,
am
Vern.
I good,
Ladies,
bro?
no, you're not good. It's still staticky.
Not yet.
Hey now, you good now?
Whoever Vern is, bro, I appreciate you for being a stand up guy, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Vern, where you at?
Yeah, all right. Where the ladies at? Vern, hop in when this might get better.
I'm right here, gang. I'm
We still can't hear you
Yeah,
under the
Vern.
sea.
Fight back, fight back.
No, Dior, you wanna say something, Dior?
Oh, I just got in here. Like I just caught like the
Oh,
last
all
little
right.
bit
I
of
just seen
it.
your mic was off. This we just creating some space for the women to say something.
Yeah, I see a lot of ladies on stage. Welcome to the room. This is an amazing title. I'm gonna give you some context. So early this morning, around 6 a.m., I had a conversation with a few ladies, and someone was experiencing a tremendous loss. Um, her son is constantly coming into our house, stealing her furniture, her jewelry, selling those items for drugs. So he has a drug issue. And then another lady was like, well, you should just give up on your child at this point. Sometimes they gotta lay in their piss and smell it. And you should just give up and just move on. And then I was thinking in my head, like, I would never abandon my children. And now when I asked them that, they were like, well, I would. I'm like, okay, I need to make this a title because I want to hear from other people about this. So see a lot of ladies on stage. Please answer the
Wait,
title.
so what, if I understood correctly, you said the dad was like on drugs, selling the furniture, the mom's furniture,
Yeah,
and they were saying that the mom should just have the dad abandon the kids altogether.
the mom should have just abandoned the kid. She's a single mom. So the boy is on drugs a lot. He's on the
Like
streets constantly. Hmm?
the son was on drugs or the
Yeah, the
father.
The
son, the
son.
son.
The son is on drugs and he's constantly coming in the house, selling furniture, stealing things, using it to buy drugs. And another lady encouraged her to basically give up on her child.
So I'm oh, go ahead. D.
No, you can go ahead.
So I'm not gonna say this is my story with my brother. However, my brother, he want to live a street life. We weren't raised that way, but that's what he want to do. My mom, I guess you could say the quote unquote washed your hands type of thing. So she's done that. However, so I was listening a little earlier when y'all were talking about the conditional, unconditional love. And I have little babies or whatever, and will forever have unconditional love for my children. But that doesn't mean that I don't have boundaries. Um, my love for them will never stop, no matter what they do, and that's where it is with my mom. Like she will forever love my brother, but he can't just, mom finna come over like I can, or he can't just, ma, can you send me money for this, because she knows what he's gonna do with that money. So I don't think you should just uh 100% give up on your children, or um you know, but I think they should learn from their experiences. They should learn from their mistakes, and know that whatever you do in life comes with consequences, whether it's good or bad. So that's where I'm at with it. Like I'll never not love my children, but if you do something and I've constantly told you this is what's going to happen, this is going to happen, and you still do it, that's on you. You're gonna have to lay in your bed, the bed that you made. I don't know about laying in the piss part, but laying in the bed that you made that bed, lay in it. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
see
agree
what,
with
hey,
you.
can I say something? With me,
Um,
it's different. I grew up in the '80s, you know, when crack first hit. So I got abandoned by my mama due to crack. You see what I'm saying? So it still poses a question like, shit, should a person give up on any motherfucker that they say they truly love, though?
I
um,
don't I
That's
don't
how I look
I don't
at it.
I
see it
was
as
gonna.
giving up. I
Hell
just
yeah,
see
So
it
give
Gia,
as,
up.
give it to
Fuck.
I don't.
Gia. I think Gia wants to say something and then D.
Yeah,
It's Jaya, but I don't see it as giving up.
Jaya.
I just, no, you're good. I don't see it as giving up. I just see it as, I'm just letting you know I've this is what I've said, and I'm not about to run myself in the grave because you want to keep fucking up. I'm not about to run my blood pressure high because this is what you want to do in life. If that's what you want to do, then you're gonna have to lay in that bed you made. Simple.
yeah, I was gonna say Jaya. Jaya makes a good point. She outlined the differences between not really getting up, but also setting those boundaries. And to Dizelle point, him being in the 80s, we all know that this is not something new. Families deal with this all the time. And like Jaya said, is not really giving up on them. Like I would give you food to eat. Like if you hungry, you could come by, get some food and stuff. But you just can't abuse your family and drag them through the mud, because right from wrong. You just kind of have to create those boundaries until they decide that they want to do right. I mean, some families just put up with it and some families don't, and that's their right, that's their business. I wouldn't say like X them out the family, but definitely like you can't stay here, you can't be around here. You could get food if you hungry, whatever, whatever. But until you get yourself together and you decide that you're gonna do right, then you gotta go.
Hey, what's
See,
up, y'all? I like to say this. What we need to realize is that we need to realize about mental health and acknowledge the reality of mental health, especially when it comes to our women. A lot of times, when it comes to, our society, they always be like, oh, your mom can never do wrong. Don't say anything about your mom. Respect your mom. But when it comes to the dad, it's like, fuck that nigga. You understand? And when it comes to
Big
like mental
facts.
health, and when it comes to mental health and women and everything, this is the reason why like a lot of women don't end up being accountable for actions because people excuse the behavior and stuff like that. And I'm speaking this from personal experience because my mother had residual schizophrenia, and that was the reason why that I was going through like traumatic experiences as a child and stuff like that. But this is the type of issues that people don't talk about or address or acknowledge. That mental health is real serious, and sometimes a person may know right from wrong, but are you having actions towards right from wrong? That's a big difference. And sometimes when your mental health is so warped, your brain is so warped, you're not able to like function properly, especially if you have like schizophrenia and stuff like that. And that's why I'm turned off by women who drink alcohol or use drugs or stuff like that, especially at a young age, because that affects the development of the brain. And when your brain is not developed, your logic, your reasoning is is out of line. It's not in line. And we definitely really need to like address and acknowledge these type of situations and stuff like that. This is the reason why a lot of relationships you know have domestic violence and problems and issues and everything, because one person is giving the message and the other person is not receiving it.
yes,
How many times, fellas on the stage, have you explained to a woman asks you a question, right? And then you explain the answers. You explain it, you break it down to like, the molecule, simplify it. And what they say, oh, you mansplaining.
yeah, but I
You
think that's
know,
going
you,
real
you, you-
far off of these kids, though. I think that's
yeah,
tapping in more into a personal relationship with women, and it's moving away from the abandonment of these kids and stealing certain things and creating strategies and
yo,
structures for the kids. So, I
Let's
mean,
be
yeah,
I
yeah,
honest,
Mr. Get
bro.
to it. Yo,
Let's
Mr.
be
Get
honest.
to it. Yo,
so
I
Mr.
think
so
it's
Get to
okay
it.
to
All
abandon
of
the
these
kids
things,
sometimes.
But
all of
let's
these
be
things.
honest, bro.
Yeah, yeah, we are being honest and everything.
so
And
when I
this is
made
that
that statement,
these things definitely affects the kids as well too, and everything, and impacts the kids at the end of the day. When the mother and father don't get along because of mental health issues and everything, then you wonder why the kid is out of order, out of control. You know what I'm saying? Shooting niggas in the streets and everything, gang violence and all of that shit.
yeah, I mean,
You understand?
I understand, but I kind of disagree. I think a lot of the things that you're mentioning, that shit is actually taught, right? That shit ain't like you're not born with the mindset that grow up and shoot somebody. You're exposed to certain things, and I think this is one of the issues. A lot of parents don't pay their kids enough attention
Yeah,
when they're younger. And once these kids get older, then they trying to attend to the kids because of the bad choices, but
yeah,
it's too damn late.
yeah.
It's
But
way
you
too
know
late.
what?
I'm sorry, but
I
let me
got
just
you. I
go
got
ahead,
you.
go ahead,
I
go
got
ahead, go
you.
ahead.
But let me follow up on that. A lot of times, if a person mental health is not well, whether it's genetic or hereditary or habitual from like drinking alcohol and into drugs and everything, your reasoning is not right. You understand? So like if a lot of these people who's into like all of these type of things, shooting, street shit and all of that stuff, a lot of them, they not drinking, they not vegan doing that shit. You understand? They're not no vegetarians or having a healthy diet. You look at their diet is all types of fucked up and everything.
So
And then
so
when your diet, and then when your physical diet is fucked up, your mental is fucked up. Look, if a person drinks alcohol, right? and their liver, you know what I'm saying, their kidneys is all fucked up. What makes you think it's not going to affect your brain?
I mean, I drink
You
alcohol, but
understand?
I got a
I got
dope
you.
thought process. I'm not going to just slander liquor drinkers, and I'm not even going to like discredit people
Bro,
who
what
still
is
can function.
that though?
I Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
know
It's
how
not
we
can
a
I get
get
in there
hundred
real quick? Can I
percent.
get in there
It's
real
not
so
a
quick?
Right.
hundred
so
They
wait.
percent,
ain't
but it
talking about
So
the
definitely
let me
makes
topic
an
let
no
me
more.
impact.
I just want to throw this out there, right? So I got a friend, a homegirl, right?
Oh
And
Lord.
her son is not
Bro,
Yeah, can you turn the mic
Oh,
down, please?
yeah,
Please,
right,
please,
so
y'all gonna be the
please.
only two.
get to it. Turn down real
So
quick. I know you got a
y'all
big
the
mic,
only two that gonna
just a
talk in
little
this
bit.
motherfucker.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Mr. Get to it. Turn down just a little bit, and then we gonna pass. I think Vern want to say something, and Jody, we gonna get it
Hey,
Nah,
to
I'm
you.
Mike,
good.
can I
I'm
say something real quick
just
too?
what we
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I just want to get
Hey,
order. I don't care
nah,
who's speaking
Vern, I
though. Just
need
get
you
some
to
order.
speak up,
All right.
gang. I need you to
Yeah,
talk.
I just got two things I just want to say, right? The drug addiction and the alcoholism within the black community, it stems from trauma and the music we listen to and the music we make as a people.
Hold on, Inko. Hold on, Inko. Before you go there, Mister, get to it. Were you done?
No, that's what I was asking.
Go
Can
ahead.
I
Go ahead. Go
continue?
ahead. Go ahead, brother. Because your mic
And
got
I
big as
think he
hell. So
was
I was like, hold on.
now
We
my
gonna
bad. I
pause. Hold on. This shit
apologize for
is
that.
loud as
He
fuck.
was
Go ahead.
definitely about to tap into something that I was where I was going in
Okay.
regards to like my son, right? I got a homegirl who have a son, and this little guy, he's on the game literally 24 hours a day, school days, and I spoke to her. I'm like, yo, your son, he don't know what no sounds like. He don't even know how to interact with adults, with people in general, because as long as he's out your way, you allow him on the game 99.9% of the day, right? And he's only 9 years old. I said, it's going to be a problem when he gets older and you try to tell him what to do, or not just you, but when he start interacting with the real world and they say no to him, he might lose his mind, right? So my son is 13. He don't know what the game looks like during the week. Like, my son could be on a game, you know what I do? And I think this is where a lot of people disconnect. It's a difference between being an active parent and a parent that interact with their kids, right? So my son, I tell my son, I don't let him play the game. So I tell him, come upstairs, come talk to me. When he hear the door open for me coming home from work, come upstairs. Come upstairs and interact with your dad. Let's have conversations. Let's talk. I need to know what your day was like. I need to, like them check-ins. How am I doing as a father? What can I do better in some certain areas? And I think enough people don't check in with their kids. They don't interact with their kids enough, where these kids are kind of understood and understanding when they get older. I think the issue is that they put these kids away. Go in your room. Go in the room. Your kids now, they're on the phones, they're on the iPads, they're in these games, they interacting with people off the internet more than they interacting with their own family, right? And then they do it so long that when these kids get older and now you trying to come into your kid life and tell your kid what to do, and your kid looking at you like you're a bobblehead. Like, who are you talking to? Now your kids are disrespectful. They rebuttal everything you say. Even so, just think about if you do that in-house, right? And your kid go outside in the real world and other people try to talk to your child. Your child is going to be 10 times more distant from those people than they are from their own parents. So I think some people need to clamp down on their kids while they're younger, because this is where it's very important that the time you can never get back is when these kids are young and they're sponges, something we always say. They can actually learn, because this is, I think, and I'm going to say this last part. I think we teach our kids more how to stay in a child's place, right? And not teach our kids how to comprehend when being spoken to and how to understand each other's language. And I think that's the issue, that these kids are growing up confused on as what to do. Who do I listen to? Who do I talk to? When can I talk? So and kids don't even got the ability to express themselves no more, because parents are big on go in your room, be quiet, shut up. I'm talking. You know what I mean? I just think it's a major disconnect between the fact that you have more young parents that's still trying to experience their own personal life, having kids where they don't even have time for their kids, and they pushing these kids to the grandmothers who again are young as hell, right? That's it's just you if you look at it, it's just a major disconnect in how we operate in y'all. And some of us need to sacrifice our own self a little more and go right back to these kids the traditional way. Because my son got in trouble, and you know what I made him do? He got in trouble in school. I made him write 1,000 times. I will not disrespect my teacher. I will not embarrass my dad 1,000 times till his fingers was hurting. I went back to the essence of it. Like, we gotta remember
It
what
ain't no
kind of
rule
brought us
book
through
to
some.
parenting though, bro. Like
I
all these
never said
kids
that.
different, bro.
I never said it. But
That's
what I will do,
actually not true.
look.
It's
There's
definitely
no
No, it ain't
preparation.
no
It's
rule
definitely
book to this shit.
so
Bro,
so
ain't
the
no
so
fucking
fuck?
last.
rule
I'm
book.
gonna land. I'm gonna land, y'all. There's definitely no preparation because we gotta grow with our kids, right? But one thing I will do is throw it out there in case somebody do not have the know-how, because we can all listen to each other and take something. I'm listening and I learned something new today, because what I do is not 100%, but I learned of what somebody else said in this room, and I'm gonna try to apply some extra things into what I do already, and I think that what creates the unity, man, and a solution for our kids. That's all I'm
Hey,
thinking.
Mr. Get to it, you speak of like a lot of points and everything. So I definitely appreciate you, coming into the room, sharing like what you do for your children and stuff like that, because we need, active fathers, in our society to like, really try to make a difference, even though it may be very difficult for, a lot of us men. We definitely need, active fathers to like, try to set a good example and everything. So many blessings and to all the other fellas in the room.
Can I
Hey,
respond to Mr. Get to It?
can I finish my points because I didn't finish
Damn,
my
This
Ink
is
points.
didn't even get
this
to
is
get his
King
I
shit
got
off.
interrupted by
at the
Mike.
bottom.
Can I finish my points?
Mr. Get to It. I agree with everything that you said. I think that one thing to consider though is that when you talk about go back to traditional ways, for some people leaving their kids with their mother is the traditional way,
Bro, I can't
right?
accept more of these lies, man.
That's when you get into like generational trauma that gets passed down generation to generation because people refuse to do something different. I'm a Gen Xer. A lot of the people I grew up with, friends and such, a lot of my adult friends, they were actually raised by their grandmothers. And it's not because they're parent abandoned them for nefarious reason. They were in the South and they moved north, but the kids stay behind until many, many years later. I think that that's been kind of typical for a lot of Black folks in America,
That's not tradition, though.
Bro, just let her finish
particularly,
saying what she's saying, my nigga. Damn.
particularly
Nigga, I
those
got a
that
Y'all
fucking
interrupt
boss
the
in my
that
other nigga.
mouth, nigga. Get off my
Fuck
particularly
dick.
you.
those
Who
who
Wait,
the
can
came
fuck
y'all
from
let
the
you?
her
Get off
South,
finish?
my dick, lame.
Let her finish.
per,
Let
Pussy,
her finish.
pussy
particular
boy.
So listen,
Bro, who let
I'm
this
so
homo ass nigga
Queen,
in here, man?
King, you can
let
continue
her
going.
finish. I'm so sorry, love. Let her finish,
What
and
they
Oh,
then you
talking
guys
oh,
can
for
respond.
15
oh, triggered
minutes,
ass
though?
nigga. No, that
Vern,
nigga was talking for fucking 15 minutes. The lady just started
Ink,
And
talking,
your
nigga.
bitch
Ink,
ass was quiet, fuck nigga. The fuck is you
Vern.
talking
and
All right,
about?
I
all
do be
right,
and
talking
gangster.
too
All
long
right,
though. I ain't
gangster.
gonna
Shut
lie.
your lame
and
All
ass
right,
up,
thug.
nigga.
What you want to black my eye with a
Listen, I
phone?
no, we're not
Stupid
about
nigga.
to do that,
I'm not
Ink. We're
poor.
not
I
about
well,
don't
to
need
my
do that.
somebody to
I
question
fix
got
to
with, you
Yo,
you,
Vern.
just
homeless
remove
ass nigga.
Ink from the room. Remove him.
Nah, don't
Listen,
remove that bitch ass nigga. Let him
No,
speak.
don't
fuck
remove.
y'all pussy
Oh,
ass
these
boys.
these
Y'all
type of
mad cause
black
y'all ain't got
men
no
is the
family.
reason
Bunch
why
of
our community is
so
po
we
fucked
gotta
up,
motherfuckers.
keep
yo.
All right,
Nah,
going,
that ain't
let's
Ink.
get
happening.
back on
can
track
I
though.
can I
Let's
Let's get
get
back
finish?
on
back
track.
on
Can I
This is
track.
finish?
your reason I can't.
Yes, you can
You know, let me
finish.
shut up.
Yes, you can finish. Go ahead. No one
So
interrupt
Po
her,
ass
please. Let
nigga.
her
again,
finish.
Chill out,
Ink.
ain't.
I know this bitch ass nigga
generational.
ain't talking about no
Yeah,
Jesus.
money.
nigga.
Hey man, Juliet said cut it. All you niggas relax.
Thank you. So yeah, when you
Well, yeah.
talk about generational trauma, you're not only talking about abandonment, you're also talking about like physical abuse. A lot of times people are repeating what was done to them and their parents repeated what was done to them. And so what happens is when we meet people and they're superficially nice, superficially this and that, we fall for the superficial and we don't really get into talking about what's been your life experience, how is your relationship with your parents, how, what is your family history. I've seen it said that particularly when one is seeking to make a lifetime commitment, that during the marriage counseling process one should not only get the typical, say, marriage counseling, but it's also valuable to get like genetic tests done. Let's see, let's make sure we're not related, right? We don't realize how much inbreeding that has occurred in our community, and in some states more than others. But we have, because of our history of slavery and the destruction of our families way back then, there's a lot of inbreeding that has occurred. So people suggest that you get genetic testing done to ensure that you're, mating with someone who is not closely related to you. But also mental health evaluations, right? A lot of us don't realize when we see depression, anxiety, oppositional defiance disorders, bipolar disorders, like we think that people are just difficult, right? When people are clinically have like a mood disorder, and that's not to say because I've discovered that you have depression or anxiety or you're antisocial, that there's no hope for the relationship. But that does mean that this is something that has to be addressed, just like if you had diabetes and I knew it and was committing to being in a relationship with you. So I think that the premise of the room, and even some of the things that get to it with saying, it's like we have a lot of power, we have the ability to have a lot of insight before we move forward with having children in the first place and
Mike
becoming
Hogging.
parents. And people have been able to get off their statement. Just give me 1 second, I will not hold y'all, because
But you
apparently
had 100
I
Okay,
seconds,
so
baby.
listen,
these
hold on,
these
hold
niggas
on. So
these
love,
niggas was the
hold
same
on,
way in
hold on,
class
love.
in
We're not gonna
school,
call
and
them
so I
niggas, and I'm
understand.
not gonna call you a bitch. Okay, we're not doing that here. So love, thank you so much for your submission. You have 60 more seconds because a lot of people have a short attention span.
Right.
So
Oh, this shit
Julia,
is
can I
boring.
speak
I'll
next?
just land with this.
60
Everybody
fucking.
has a choice. Everybody has a choice on what they want to do with their life. You do not have to become a parent and assume the risks of bringing a person into this world who you don't know it, who they are, right? You have no control over uh the path a person takes in their life, right? So when you're having children, you're committing to, you know what,
That's
I
like
know this
120
person,
seconds.
this person may be different from me. They may end up having different values from me, but this is still my child. That is what people are signing up for when they become parents. And I think that people don't give that enough thought before they reproduce. It's
So
only
You know it's
after the
other
fact
folks
that
on
they
stage,
respond.
right?
so she had to say all that to say one thing.
She basically said what Fashawn said.
Like I'm not
Like,
understanding like why
Y'all be
everybody
talking
want to
like ain't
elaborate
nobody
on the
on
same
stage.
thing.
Yo, y'all got short
Nobody
attention
got their
spans,
own brand
bro.
of
She
themselves.
wasn't
Everybody
even
want to
talking
elaborate.
that long. Y'all need to calm
And
down.
she talked for 5 minutes straight. What you
Is
talking
that a
about?
long time?
Don't be
On
hell
surprised,
Clubhouse, yeah.
yeah.
When it's
right?
20 folks on
You
stage,
know,
shit,
these are
yeah.
the same people in class that was having outbursts when the teacher was teaching as well. Like
Man, fuck out
again,
of
this
here
Shawty,
is
with
we
some
that
not in
much of
no
people.
an
This
argument.
is
Get the
some
classroom,
fuck
people's
out of
Shawty.
here.
personalities profiles, and then we expect,
Now she want to argue,
greatness.
man. Like, it's somebody else's turn, lady. Just let it rock.
Julia, I wanted to speak on your the story you shared with
Hold,
us with the
hold
child.
on, bro. I think the women got it right now. What's your name, brother? So we'll get back to you.
Inco.
Oh yeah, Inko, we'll get to you in a minute, brother. I think Gigi wanted to go, and some other ladies maybe get in there for a good, minute or two. Gigi, you there?
Gigi
No.
not on
All right,
stage,
another
gang.
lady.
It's
No,
crazy how
another
y'all
lady.
talking about kids and adults can't
Hey,
even do
hey,
this
hey,
shit.
what's
This
happening,
shit,
sister? You feel disrespected? Have I disrespected you?
yeah, like a motherfucker.
You got Tourette's?
Nah, nigga, you got it.
All right, I hear you for sure, sister. Ladies,
Yeah,
you
sister.
got the floor for or the brother's gonna take it back.
Faggot ass nigga.
Let's see what Ink Man got to say. I'm interested now. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Let's hear what he got to say. Go ahead, Eat man.
Yeah, bitch, because
God
it seems like I'm
damn,
the
you
only
should
one
just
in this
be in it,
motherfucking
bro.
family, bitch. I'm not head of a fucking household of
Let
eight.
him go.
So like I was saying, my nigga, um,
No, fuck you. Go ahead.
based on fuck you, faggot ass fat boy,
Let
broke
him
boy.
rock. Let him rock.
I can't stand
Fuck
these
you.
jealous
Go
niggas.
ahead. Go
Man,
crazy.
fuck these niggas, bro. Y'all some
Man,
jealous ass
these
Let
boy.
him
soft ass,
go, bro.
these
Let him
soft
go.
ass
Let it
niggas,
rock.
Mike.
He good.
Boy, shut your jealous ass up for sure. You ain't got nothing.
I know,
You
I
you
know.
said you were a
Better
But
head
you
of the
know,
leave
go
that
ahead,
household and
lady
show
talk
make.
us
to
Is
what
that
him.
what
you
you
got.
Bro,
said?
why are women like
Yes,
let it
nigga.
rock?
Yes,
Let him
nigga. I'm a
go.
real motherfucking father, nigga.
Go ahead and speak your truth, brother.
Like I was saying, based on the title, is it ever okay to abandon children? I made a post about this shit the other day saying that sometimes that absence is necessary because a lot of the fathers when they was doing this shit and when we were being conceived, nobody really knew what the fuck that they were doing. So these dads had kids that they have nothing good to instill in them. So by way of them leaving, it turned out better for some of us than others because if that dad did stay there, he would have instilled a lot of bullshit in that child, and that child probably wouldn't be who they were in today's time. So I think that it's very necessary and respectful from my eyes that if a man doesn't have anything good to instill and he knows that, then dip the fuck out because you're gonna ruin that child trying to instill some bullshit in them. And that's how I see it. So this is why I say in the ideal of abandoning, that would be my reasoning for it being okay.
Hey, Ink, I kind of agree with
Appreciate
that.
it.
I kind of agree with that, but I also wanted to say, yeah, y'all got to be in these children's life. Like when I mean by that, like I'm not saying just seeing them on the weekends. I'm talking about go out hunting with them, teach them things, teach them masculine things.
Man,
Like
these niggas don't got
actually
nothing
teach them how to
masculine to
be a
teach them,
man.
Inko.
You said what?
I said they ain't got nothing to teach them. That's why niggas
That's
not
what be
present.
pissing me off for Sean, bro.
Like
It's
I'm
like,
saying,
Right.
nigga,
like
He
we
asked
on
like
everybody else not to
Clubhouse,
do it,
your child.
but now he
but
doing
what
it.
about the
Dumbass
real life
nigga.
shit? Nigga, these bitches ain't having kids with niggas that can teach folks shit. They just fucking.
Exactly,
The
chemical.
fuck?
That's exactly what's happening.
That's the
Your
real world. But on Clubhouse, all of a sudden, all these niggas supposed to be all these teachers.
your
It's
your
only on
child your
Clubhouse.
your child
Everybody
your
is
child
great
got to
on
see you.
Clubhouse. Everybody stand up fathers, great women, perfect women, never cheated, never did this. I ain't that's Clubhouse gang. You cannot have an intellectual conversation on Clubhouse because everybody is, I guess, 100% right. Where
Black
are the
women don't
bad
cheat.
people at?
What the hell?
I say this on Clubhouse all the time. I want to talk to the people that's bad, that do bad shit, that done fucked up in life. Goddamn, I don't want to talk to all these perfect people in life and oh, I'm that amazing this and that. Like, bro, y'all folks be killing me with this
Cap
pick
his
me
head.
energy, bro.
Hey, your child got to see you like a superhero. If your
Like a
child doesn't see you like a
motherfucker.
superhero, you failed.
Like a motherfucker, bro.
Like
Hey, you
Hey,
can
I'm
you
y'all,
can tell
y'all,
niggas not
y'all.
just
That
used to
the
being around stand up people.
Well, see,
They think
Inco,
the world is full of nobodies, chemical.
I'm
Like
I
not
don't think
they
the
saying
think
that,
that
world's
bro.
they
full of
Like,
think the
nobodies.
entire world is based on their circumference of experience. It's like no, you just a nothing ass motherfucker, and you hang with a bunch of nothing ass
damn.
motherfuckers, and your fishbowl is full of a whole bunch of nothing. So you think everybody else is having your same poor ass stupid experience. You know, that ain't necessarily the circumference of the world, nigga. The world's so much bigger than you, nigga. It's a few 100 million people in America alone. There's 8 billion people on this bitch. You don't know shit about nothing except your couple of blocks you grew up on with all them dumb motherfuckers around you. Niggas got really hefty opinions with no knowledge of shit.
to even ask the question, is it okay to ever abandon your child, stems from this idea that y'all folks think y'all have a right to have kids. That may sound bad to say, but you don't have a right to have kids because kids are a privilege. You bringing a whole nother human being into this world, and you think that it's proper for them to deal with the fallout of your bullshit and past mistakes. It's fucking egregious. The reality of it is, the brother mentioned about being perfect. Nobody's asking for perfection, but you owe it to your fucking child to provide them an environment in a space to where they are protected from at least the landslide of the bullshit that you done went through in life. I would imagine that anyone who has kids would at least want them to be somewhere in a place where they don't have to deal with the things that you yourself probably resented your parents or the people who should have been there to protect you that you had to deal with. So how fair is it for you to feel that, well, regardless of the situation, whatever reason, it's okay for me to abandon my child, then you should never have had the motherfucker to begin with. Because again, you perpetuate the same hurt and pain. And I'm speaking from a position of, having nieces and nephews that I witnessed it firsthand. and then being a product of that very environment. I would hope that people would understand and begin to move out of this mindset. And I believe this vehemently. You do not have a right to children. And the minute that you can adopt that mindset, you begin to treat childbearing on any aspect with a little bit more sacredness, because you understand that if we all like to yell and holler, the children are our future, then fucking act like it and stop subjecting your kids to your bullshit simply because you had an itch and felt like, well, you know what, I want to have a kid, but hey, now they here, they subject to my hell, and that's okay. They're going to come out to be great people. They're going to be refined at the end of it. Fuck no. And that's one of our issues in our community. We believe trauma makes us better people, and it don't. It really don't.
Hey Lucifer.
Healthy environments
Yeah, let
makes
me,
us better people.
Hey Lucifer.
bro.
God is good, brother.
This what be making me
Juliet.
mad, bro. It's like it just be these
Yes, I'm here.
talking points, bro. Like, first of all, nobody on this bitch. Most niggas don't believe they're entitled to kids, because that would automatically mean you feel entitled to a woman, and you're not entitled to pussy. That's number one. But number two, bro, if we talking about motherfuckers raising kids in these good environments, I'm all with that. But you know what's not included in that? That weird ass co-parenting shit. Bitch, you had a kid with this nigga. Fuck nigga, you had a kid with this woman. Y'all need to make this shit work. If this nigga was toxic, bitch, you toxic too. You let him nut in you. I don't want to hear that shit. These motherfuckers be
No
breaking
cap.
up for all these weak ass reasons and all this puss ass shit. But I notice the onus is always put on the nigga. Even though we
No
done
cap.
seen the numbers come out that say niggas is actually there for their motherfucking kids. So why is the onus always on niggas?
It
At the end of the day, bro, it is about the kids. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that, gang. But motherfuckers be letting stupid ass shit like this nigga ain't got no job be the reason why y'all can't be a family. If he didn't have no job and that's the reason, why the fuck is he fucking you? If this
The
woman was
fuck?
toxic,
No cap,
if this
bro.
That's
woman
a
was
What the fuck?
toxic,
fact.
Kim,
if this woman was toxic and she doing X, Y, and Z, why was your dick in her mouth though? It's like,
Hmm.
come on, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying, bro. We got to talk about these real world situations instead of these just generic, well, this what's going on Clubhouse. Now, let's talk about the real shit.
chemical, I
These
Hmm.
agree
toxic
with
ass
you.
Chemical,
niggas
you
is
know
fucking
why a
all the
nigga
bitches.
stuck his dick in her
Ki-
mouth and she was
Chemical,
toxic,
I
nigga.
hold on. I agree with you.
But this
When
is
I
what I'm
Say
say
saying,
when I
say
say
it,
Starscream.
Billy. Have we ever been
Hold on.
stopped?
This is what I'm saying, Starscream. But this is what I'm saying. Did you have kids, Starscream?
Almost did. Bitch threw him in the
It don't
garbage
matter.
like a
No, 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 no,
bag
no,
of
no, no,
So
no,
chips.
no,
y'all
no,
niggas ain't
no,
got no
no, no,
families
no,
on
no.
this motherfucker talking
Do
shit.
you got
Nigga, I got
kids or
mad
not,
bitches
nigga?
pregnant. Don't worry about my dick. Let me worry about my dick,
Nigga,
Bro,
I said a family, nigga.
gang, hold on.
Bro, why
At
y'all
the end of the
niggas
day,
just
bro,
relax, bro?
you ain't
Go
got no
ahead.
kids.
The
Mike
black
ain't got no
community
kids.
needs a
Niggas ain't got
civil
no
war.
Nah,
kids,
I don't got
bro.
no kids.
The
I'm just fucking with
progressive
the nigga,
blacks
killer.
versus the degenerates.
Nigga,
Bro,
you the same nigga that think technology is evil. Sit your weird
Shut
ass
your
Yeah,
dumb
down,
no,
ass
nigga.
up,
the
nigga.
black
Like,
community needs
y'all
a
niggas
civil
be
war.
Talking
We
about
need to
you
go
want
to
to be
war
more
with
like
you
China, where them
hood
niggas is a
Negroes.
fucking dictatorship. Like,
Risky behavior.